Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and this video is about establishing setbacks on your site plan. So what are setbacks? These are the lines where your house has to be inside this box on your property. If you drive up and down the street, you'll notice that the houses are all at least a certain distance away from the sidewalk or from the street, and there's a certain space between the houses. And this is established with setback lines. On our site plan, what we're going to do is use a detail line for defining this setback, and then we'll annotate those showing that it is a setback. I'll show you an example of what it should look like when you're done. And then we are going to think about this. From the north side of your house, between the edge of the lot and the setback, it's 25 feet. And then also on the south side, it's also a 25-foot setback. And then on the east side, where the front of the house is facing, 25 feet. And then in the backyard, the west side facing the alley, it's a 10-foot setback. So your house can be pushed back pretty far toward the back of the property. So what this is saying is, let's go look at this drawing. Is that we're going to define a square here and annotate it as the building line. So what we're saying is your building has to fit inside this box. So the next thing we're going to do is go establish that. All right. All right, to establish the building line, we're going to use annotate, details, and building lines. Is what we're going to draw it with. We'll do a 2-point rectangle and then use measurements to place it properly. Again, my advice on this is use the measurement to lock it into place and then delete the measurement when you're done. The next thing we'll use is the copy function. The next thing we'll do is use the copy function. In Revit, Control-C, Control-V is not what we're going to be using. We'll be using the function called copy, and it's not bad once you get it going. All right, so let's get this done. All right, so what we're going to do are these steps. We're going to add a line to define the property line. Then we're going to add a building line to define the setbacks. And then we're going to use measurements to define the setbacks. And then we'll use copy to put the annotations on. So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is go to annotate, go to detail line, and I'm going to go choose over here. Let's just pick property line, and then we're going to choose a 2-point rectangle because our property is a square. So zoom in on this corner, click right in here. If it's not exactly on, that's fine. But you'll want to get on that corner, and then you're going to drag it all the way down here to the bottom right, where those intersect. Okay, so that's our property line. Press escape, escape. So what this is doing for us is it's giving us something to measure to. All right. Next thing we need to do is in annotate, choose detail line, and now we're going to put the building line. So choose building line, and just draw a 2-point rectangle, and we're just going to drop a rectangle out here. It doesn't matter where, we're going to change the size anyway. Notice we have the annotation 25-foot building line already there. All right, I'm going to hit escape a couple of times, and then we're going to go to modify and choose measure. And we're going to click on our property line to our building line. And then I'm going to move my cursor to the center and click that, and that makes that stick in place. I'm going to press escape a couple of times. Working with measurements in Revit is not fun. So we're going to grab this and just move it to some random value and then click on the box, and then you can type in what you want, 25. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We'll do measure. And we're going to go click on the property line and drag it to the building line. And then go to the center of that and click. And then press escape a couple of times, grab this building line and move it a little bit. And then we're going to click on the whatever number is there and put 25. And then we're going to define the one at the bottom, measure, click the building line, take it to the property line, and then click in the center. Then we're going to hit escape a couple of times and move the building line, not the property line. When it changes the value, we can click on this and put 25. And then we have to do a different offset for the back. This is going to be 10 feet. So we're going to put a measurement. And that was in modify, choose measure. And then we're going to go from keep an eye on, this is the property line right here, just in front of the overhead electrical. So we're going to click on the building line, go to the property line, click the center of that line. We're going to grab the building line, move it. Oh, need to get out of measure, hit escape a couple of times. Click on the building line, move it just a little bit. Then click on this number and type in 10, okay? Once we have all of those measurements in place, we're going to delete them. So here we go. What that does for us is it keeps the drawing tidy. We've done the setback. So this is pretty common in Revit to use a measurement to establish a distance or a dimension and then just immediately delete it once it's there, okay? So as long as we don't move it, it's going to be good. So I want this annotation to be closer to this building line, and now we're going to copy. So I'm going to have it say building line here, 25 feet. To copy, I'm going to click out over here in the Modify tab. I'm looking for this one that has the 1 dot, arrow, and 2 dot. This is a copy function. Click what you want to copy and where you want to copy it to. All right, so maybe if we click it first and then choose copy, yes, then we can click it and say we're copying this down here. And then if we want to copy this one, we'll click it and choose copy and click what I want to copy and where I want to put it. And we're going to click it right here. The thing is, that's not oriented the right way. So we're going to click on the rotate, and then we're going to click on this item. I guess we have to click it first and then click rotate. Yes. And we're going to turn that 90 degrees, hit escape a couple of times. You'll get the hang of it. Revit's real picky about this stuff. And I'm just going to put it next to that building line. And we want this one to be over here as well. So I'm going to click it and choose copy. We're going to click this and say we want a copy of that over here. Okay. And I'm going to use my arrow keys to move it. And then I'm going to hit escape a couple of times. I want to change that text. So if I click it and click again and use my left and right arrow keys, I can change this to 10. Then hit escape a couple of times, or click out of it and then hit escape a couple of times. And now I have my building line defined, okay? That should be plenty for now. Thanks for watching.